So I'm fixing my car. It's funny, about a year ago I decided to go wide body with my car, and ever since then I regretted it. To be 100% honest though, it's what I did with my car is what got my car to have the following, I guess. The amount of interest that it has with people, just because it's different. But I don't recommend it to anybody, the setup I have, just because it's not good for daily driving. It's too wide, too dramatic. Can't turn the wheel all the way. It rubs. It's just and I'm getting tired of the look. It's very raw looking. I just want a clean, stock looking Subaru. So I guess I'm going the boring route. I don't know. Anyways, I got a Duraflex STi Replica front bumper, which I'm curious how it's going to be. Yeah, let's take this apart and see what it looks like. So here it is. It's pretty much primer black. In terms of like the smoothness and finish, it's really nice. But yeah, with this you need to drill your own bolt holes. So I gotta drill my own up here. I also have to cut this part out because my front mount intercooler. Same with that grill part, I gotta cut all that out because of my front mount as well. So for people wondering how the hell you put a lip on a front bumper, it's quite simple. If you have a bumper without any holes, you just drill the holes. You know, you put the lip on to line it up. You have to orient it a bit. Something like that. It's pretty simple. Lips on, drill your holes, zip tie it up, and you're good. Alright, so this is how I do my lips. I overdose on zip ties. Yeah, mucho zip tios. If you can see that or not. But it is flush as can be. Alright, so in case anyone was curious what was required to install a front mount intercooler, here, I'll show you what stock looks like. Stock front bumper, you have basically your fog light bezel, which depending on what kit you have you may be able to keep, but in my case I need to completely get rid of it, which is one of them's laying over there. And then this top part right here, and how deep it goes in, you got to get rid of. As you can see, I did it here. But that's my old bumper. This is my new one, so got to cut it out. I recommend using a Dremel and a grinder with a cutting wheel. Alright, so fog light bezels are out. It's a rough cut, but they're going to be covered up by the STi fog light covers anyway, so it won't really matter. But this one's a rough cut. I'll smooth this out. I have the piece right here that was in there. Just kind of cut that top part out. So now I have to measure how deep I need to cut. So for starters, I'm going to cut the rest of this little insert looking thing out. This where that lip is right here. Going to cut along that. And then I'm going to measure how much is left. Anyways, we're moving along. Unfortunately, this is fiberglass, so there's a hell of a lot of dust. Yeah, it's not clean. Whereas that one, you had to worry about melting the plastic when you cut it with the Dremel. With this one, you got to worry about breathing in the shit that comes from it. So just keep that in mind. All right, so I cleaned up the edges actually really good. Using this, surprisingly, looks pretty perfect actually. In the more realistic view. We're getting there. That's just dust. It's raining outside, so it's sticking. Anyways, back to the grind. So the reason I got a new front bumper is because I had to cut my old bumper in order to fit the large wheels so I could turn my wheel all the way. I also had to cut the fenders and the side skirts, so all of that is coming off. So I have Duraflex GT Concept fenders. They're basically replicas of the OEM fenders, however they have vents on the side. Not sure how I feel about them yet, but for the price it was hard to pass them up compared to the overly priced brand new OEM ones you'd get from a Subaru dealership. Again, these are fiberglass. The fitment was actually pretty good with these. I got new coilover suspension, and I got the OEM STi BBS wheels. These are 17x8. Offset is plus 53. I have 25mm spacers, which brings the offset down to a lovely 38 offset, which makes them sit flush with the fenders. And if you have 225/45 tires, you will have the perfect amount of tuck. Installing the front bumper was fairly straightforward. Just line the bumper up for perfect fitment and work from the center outward. Drill your holes so they line up with the bumper beam's mounting points. Drill the holes in your fender and your bumper to line them up, and then I recommend getting the quick release bumper fasteners as well to help hold the bumper in place so it doesn't look saggy or anything. I used a mixture of heavy duty zip ties and just regular zip ties. I'm basically replacing the factory plastic snap clips or whatever you want to call them. They suck. Zip ties are better. So yeah, overall everything turned out pretty good. Now the car just needs paint, and the side skirts I'm debating on if I want to put them on or if I just want to MIG weld the holes and grind them flush, because it looks pretty good without the side skirts, I must say. But I do have Duraflex STi Replica side skirts as well. I just didn't get a chance to put those on yet. So that's the car as it sits now.